Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome to Warship Gunner 2. I wanted to just have the intro now because I realized that the silent intro that I did in the first game might have deterred people. They might have seen it and saw, oh, you know, no commentary, I'm not going to watch. So, but yeah, there will be commentary. I just wanted to get that out of the way, now let's watch this. And yes, it really is this grainy. It's just the way the game is. But it looks better in the actual, like, gameplay when you're playing missions. And there it is, the only ship left. You can see pretty similar to the last intro, except this ship is a boss and it killed everything. So, pretty similar to the intro of the first game. But I decided to skip Naval Ops Commander because it is really hard, and I need to take a break from difficult games. So I will do Naval Ops Commander eventually, but I need to take a break from hard stuff, especially after that final boss in the last game. You'll know what I mean if you watched the ending of that LP. But here we are, Warship Gunner. Let's play Warship Gunner 2. I think technically it is called Naval Ops Warship Gunner 2, but don't quote me on that. I mean, it doesn't. Whoops, it's going into a little demo. It doesn't say Naval Ops on the title screen, and it doesn't say Naval Ops on the disc. So there we go. In that case, I'm going to just call it Warship Gunner 2. But let's go ahead and start a new game on easy difficulty. Because, you know, I played the last game on normal, and I'm trying to take a break from hard stuff. So, March 25th, 1939 at 1,000 hours, 1000, I guess you could say. I didn't get to finish reading it, but there's no talking in this game. Well, there is, but not during these text things. Oh no! These are not training rounds, they've opened fire with live ammunition. All hands prepare to return fire. And I forgot the controls, because I haven't played this yet, before, like, prior to this recording session. Maybe I should have done it. But, you can just, you can turn around and kill all these people if you want, but, you don't have to. So, big thing. You see how my reticle is blinking right now? If I press, oh, it's not square, what is it? R2. See how it locks onto them? Yeah, no more manual aiming, so I can, whoops, and now it's, I forget what it is to fire. Oh, circle. Yeah, there we go. So now it's circle to fire, R2 to lock on, and I'm not touching the analog sticks at all. Well, I did to flick to another target, but it's all lock on now. No more of that manual aiming stuff. So you can kill all of them, but you don't have to. You don't get anything from it. So might as well just go ahead and leave. It's the fastest way. Story stuff. I had to mute the mic while I got my headset, which would have been really loud otherwise, so. 1 century ago, we reached a turning point. During the Crimean War, our country received aid from European countries seeking to cause disorder in the outlying areas of the Empire, and we emerged victorious in our war of independence. Hooray! Several decades later, Wilkia was invaded once again in an attempt to reincorporate us into the Empire. The invasion was foiled thanks to our alliance with Japan, our neighbors across the sea. In the Great European War that followed, our country marched into the theater of battle, where we played a supporting role in the creation of the current Republic of Germany. A little bit of fiction here, but you know, it's cool. To this day, we still maintain alliances with Britain, the German Republic, and Japan. After the war, Wilkia underwent a period of dramatic growth and modernization. It became an industrial nation with a powerful navy. In those days, I spent most of my time devoting myself to training operations as a Royal Guard Chief Warrant Officer at the Naval Academy. Any more? Any more? Is that it? I think that's it. Yes. Hold circle to fast forward. April 5th, 1938 at 0800 hours. I didn't get to finish reading it. It does go by a little fast. Oh, here we go. Oh, names. I'm bad at names. I might just leave it. I'm bad at names. I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah, I'm bad at names. I think we can change it whenever we want. I don't know about that for sure, but, oh, tutorial? I'm not gonna show the tutorial. It's really, really simple, so I'm gonna skip the tutorial. So yeah, that's why we're starting on mission 060, is because we skipped the tutorial. 010 through 050 are, tutorial missions, so. 2 hours after the sudden attack. 1939, by the way. Take note of the date there. It'll be interesting a little bit later. Captain? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about something. What is it, Lieutenant Nagi? Why don't you think the Defense Force launched an attack on us, Captain? It's hard to tell much of anything under these conditions. Captain, I have an urgent message from the Royal Guard HQ. It's directed to all guard ships from the Vice Commander Rear Admiral Gardner. Apparently it's an important announcement to the current situation. I don't know if I'm going to read all of these, because there's a lot of text in this game. My throat gets pretty wore out pretty quickly anyways, so I don't think I'm going to read all of these, but I'll give enough time for you guys to read them, so. In worst case scenario, you guys can pause and read it if you have to. Bad news indeed. Good soundtrack in this game. Fleet's current position, Royal Guardsman fleets south. Skidbladnir. That's probably wrong. I'm sorry. Tsukuba. That's probably also wrong. I'm sorry again. I've always said Tsukuba, so I think that's close-ish. Sakhalin Channel. These names, I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right or wrong. This video might run long, just because I want to get, like, the intro cutscenes and everything out of the way. So, another new thing to this game is, I can now do this, engagement mode, which, I'm holding L2 to do it, and it makes all of my guns fire. All the guns that I don't have selected fire. So, see how I have this 20cm gun selected? It won't fire. Now, the 20cm gun is too big for auto fire anyways, so even if I switched off of it, it wouldn't matter. It still wouldn't fire, but we'll get into that stuff later. Just know that you can hold L2 and go into auto engagement mode and have your cannons shoot things for you. Certain cannons, certain guns. Every ship now will drop survivors, and most of them will drop other things like health or ammo. Drops are much more generous in this game than they were in the first Warship Gunner. And survivors are no longer required to get a good mission ranking. So, yeah. It's a lot of great improvements in this game. This is I think for most people this is their favorite. I definitely I was getting comments in the first game, or on the series of the first game, people asking me, you know, why I wasn't doing the second one, and well, here I am. And I said, you know, I was going to do it. I just wanted to try to do these in chronological order. So, also, no one else had made a Let's Play of the first one, and that kind of made me sad. So, blow up all the things. Gotta love this lock-on mechanic here, rather than the old manual aiming. Oops, I keep hitting square to aim, but that's not right. You don't have to blow up any of this, by the way. It's just it gives me something to shoot at on the way over here. Oh hey, I have a scout plane too. Let's go get him. There he goes. No idea what kind of plane that is, but might as well send it up just in case. So there are 3 different story paths that you can end up here, or end up on in these first 2 missions, not counting the one where we ran away. That doesn't count as one of the missions. But this mission and the one after this one, depending on what you do, you'll end up on different story paths, and different story paths have some of the missions will be a little different. Some of the missions will be drastically different, and most of the missions will be the same regardless. But generally, the first path you want to end up on, if you're new to the game, is Tsukuba's path. I guess I can talk more about those later, where you can look them up online and see the details. But Tsukuba's missions are generally much easier than the missions of the other 2 commanders. So we're going to try and get his story path. Which in the second mission, in this first one, all you have to do is follow these guys and leave the sector at the same time as they do. And that's the first part. And then the second part is in the second mission, and you have to stick with the guy's ship the entire time. And you'll see that when we get over there. But, yeah. I want to make sure I don't outrun them. Oh, I kind of did a little bit, but I think it will still work for what I need to do. You can return back, but I think that if you return back and do the other requirements, which is to sink all the other ships, I think that will force you into one of the other story paths, even though you technically already beat the mission. So I'm just going to hit OK to move on. New orders have been received from the flagship. Yokosuka. in Japan. Hooray! Rewards. I think at the end of this rewards sequence I will end the episode off and start the next one up. We have all of that done now. Hooray. Oh, I forgot to... No. Man. More text. If I can remember to, I will end it after this. I'm okay with this episode being long. It's the first one, and there's a lot of exposition to get out of the way, so... Hooray, we're saved. And we're going to save the game. Whoa. I thought this was the memory card that was almost empty. Maybe it's not. I will probably be switching memory cards, but nothing will have changed, so don't worry about that. Yes. I could have sworn this was the one that already, that was empty, but I guess not. Okay. Yes, no. We're good. We're done. Yes. Let's see where this takes us. See if I can find a decent stopping point. Mr. Cooper, what's going on here? Wilkian fleet attacked us. They came to pick up the fugitives. Kimizuka fleet to join them. I like that look on his face there. Disgrace to all of us Navy men. I need to get back my crew quickly now. I wish you all safe passage. Keep yourself safe to Rio. We'd better hurry too. You think you can keep up, kid? Yes, instructor. So now we will not have the same ship that we did a moment ago. The damage to our moored ships was more serious than I imagined. You know, I'm going to go ahead and just do this mission in this episode. So the episode will be very long, but I think it'll be easier to understand how to get on this story path if I put it all in the same episode. I don't think it does matter right now. They attacked first, so. See? They struck first. I doubt they'll be filing any complaints. Yeah. Me too. Every installation, but the most vital ones are here, I'd say. Okay. Destroy them, and they should, have trouble keeping track of ship movements out in the open sea. We should have a fair amount of time before they can take them, or before they can them back online. I didn't read that wrong, did I? Before they can them back online. Yeah, this was translated from Japanese again, so there will be some grammatical things here and there. I'll support your escape with my ship, make sure to stay ahead of me. Don't do that. If you want to end up on his story path, don't do that. You have to stay right next to him the entire time. You have been assigned to a destroyer. Hooray! Alrighty. And... that's the one I want. Oh yeah. I only have 10cm guns, so if I want them to fire, I'm going to have to not have them selected. Okay, now we will fire at... I cannot change the angle of the camera, I can only spin it around. So this top-down view is all I have here. Until I get out of that, and then I can... oops, that's auto-steering. I'm going to be doing that a lot, I think. Yep. Is it down yet? Oh, it's not down yet. There we go, got it. Hi. These are literally the smallest guns you could have in the game. They're single-barreled 10cm guns. They don't get any smaller than this. At least we have 4 of them, 2 on the front, 2 on the back. But literally the smallest guns you could, or smallest main cannons you can have in this game. So. Tortica? Yeah, I had no idea what those were when I played this when I was younger. I just assumed it was like a pillbox, and I was kind of right. This battery is being difficult to hit, so I'll just let my auto-fire do it. There we go. There we go. You can see the local mini-map is, in my opinion, much more useful. It's much easier to see what's going on. Enemies are yellow now instead of pink. The weird hot pink purpley color thingy that they had before. So you don't have to stay right next to Tsukuba's ship the entire time, but after you destroy every radar installation, you need to stick with him. Like, make every turn that he makes do the same speed that he does, or at least as close to the same speed as you can. Yeah. Something I'm going to mention right now, there are secret parts in, I think, every mission of this game. If not every one, then most of them. There are secret parts that you can pick up from various sources. Sometimes it's a cargo plane, sometimes it's a special transport, so on and so forth, and they are parts that, for the point in the game that you would get them, are usually pretty good. So, there is a secret part in this mission, and it is in a cargo plane, and we are going to be shooting down that cargo plane here in a little bit, once it spawns. So, you're going to see me shooting at a cargo plane here in a minute. And you get the mini-map, also, again, much more useful, actually shows you where stuff is. The white lines around our ships are our radar range. Anything inside of that, we can see it on the mini-map. The blinking white line, of course, is the sonar. Anything inside of, any submarines inside of that, we can see them on the mini-map. And yeah. We're gonna just blow up all of that stuff over there. Auto-fire in the beginning of the game, you know, the early parts of the game, auto-fire is pretty much the best way to go. Universally, pretty much, I mean, for the most part, yeah. See, now we have to be careful not to go too far south, because that will end the mission without Tsukuba being next to us. So, I'm actually going to not shoot at those guys yet, and I'm just going to go regroup with him, because this is about the point where you should start following him around. just to be safe. You can see there's one little dot on the mini-map out that way, and you can actually kind of see the plane right there. That is the plane, and that is what we need to be shooting at once it gets in range. Main guns, again, they lock onto everything, even planes, so lock onto the plane and go nuts with your main guns. Main guns will do more damage to planes than regular AA. So, yeah, and there is a parts crate, and that's what we wanted. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to go back into engagement mode, grab the parts, and sink all of these other ships, and then I'm going to stay right next to Tsukuba the entire time. See how he said secret weapon seized? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. I'm pretty sure every single mission has one of those in you know, some way or another. So, survivors this time around only go for points. They don't count for mission ranking or anything like that, just points. So if I don't need them, like if they're not nearby, I'm not going to freak out if I don't get them. So, I didn't, not that I utilized it in the last mission, but the ship that we had in the last mission did have forward thruster, which is now actually a system. In the first game, it was kind of, I don't know if it was a bug or what, but if you just mash up repeatedly, you would boost. You get a little speed boost. But in this game, it's actually an auxiliary system that you have to put on your ship, and this ship does not come equipped with that to begin with, so we don't have it yet. We'll get more into designing and all of that in a little bit, though, as just like in the last game, designing is like the meat of this game. So, well, for me at least, anyways. And there we go. He was only a little off course, so I decided I'd go get him. The survivor, that is. But yeah, this is the part where you follow him around and do everything he does, because you have to leave the sector at the same time as him, not before him. Well, you can if you don't care about which story path you end up on, but if you're trying to get on his path, you have to mirror every move he makes. So, well, you don't have to, but you have to make sure that you don't leave the sector without him. And the easiest way to do that, of course, is to just do everything he does. So that's my plan. This can take several minutes. Sometimes he'll go all the way up to the northwest there and just do a bunch of circles for some reason. So this can take a while, but there's the objective. And there we go. We should have done this right. If we get a cutscene where our ship is burning, we know we did it wrong, and we'll end up on a different story path. Mission completed. Hit OK. I think we did it right, though. Yep, we're good. Looks like we managed to shake off our pursuers. Hooray. That was quick. There we go. And that's it. And if I can remember not to skip the rewards this time, I'll end the episode off right here. Alrighty. No, wait, not yet. I want to actually, get to the dock. Well, let's get to the dock, at least. There we go. So we got some stuff. The treasure we got was a torpedo, which is nice. Let's at least get to the dock. That's probably a better place to end it. Incoming transmission from Commander Tsukuba. So you managed to break the blockade, eh? Yes. Engine's been severely damaged. Won't be able to keep going for too long. We'll have to abandon ship sooner or later. I hereby request permission for me and my crew to come aboard. How nice is that? He's our instructor, and he has to ask us to come onto our ship. Ha ha, no, old man. Oh, he said permission granted, and I couldn't do anything about it. Fine. It's gonna smell like old man on the ship, though. Whatever. Get used to it. Lieutenant Nagi, we will drop a launch 2. All station prepared. Alright, alright. We're going to the dock now. No, we have to save first. Like I said, I will probably go to a different memory card, just so that space doesn't end up being an issue. I thought I had the correct memory card in here. This is the memory card that's almost full. So, I'll do all this again off camera, and that way space doesn't become an issue later on, because that won't be cool. Submarine in distress. So at this point, we are locked into the story path that we have chosen. Nothing we do from this point on will change that. So, now we can do these missions however the heck we want to. Rescue the German sub. Captain of the Royal Guard fleet received a Mayday call approximately 1 hour ago. That's why I'm not going to read all of this, because it's a lot of reading. Staying in Wilkia Technology Exchange Mission. According to their signal bearing and yada yada, sub is moving underwater, 70 miles northeast of our present position. In ship terms, that's very close. So... Alright, set course northeast. We go in and get the German crew. See, you said set course northeast, but that shows us heading southwest. Okay. Honored to have you by my side. Well, I mean, I guess. You know, I mean, you can get my 2 cents on the issue, but, you know, guess, fine. It's time, Captain. I'm awaiting your orders. Hooray! All hands man your battle stations. Well, not quite. We're going to the dock first. Floating dock Skidbladnir has been assembled. Designing vessels is now possible. Yes! That's what I wanted. This is the tutorial. It's pretty much the same as the last game, and I'll be explaining stuff as I go through anyways in the tens of ships that I'm going to be designing throughout this playthrough. So, there we go. Development complete. Bunch of machine guns. Bigger main gun. That's nice. More machine guns. Okay, there we go. Now that we're finally at the dock, I think this is probably the best place to stop. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time in Warship Gunner 2.